Welcome to ACONEX. You might be wondering, what is ACONEX and how can it help me? Construction and engineering projects generate plenty of information and data. Documents, drawings, correspondence, processes. You've got a mammoth task keeping all that data organised, secure and accessible across multiple teams, organisations and locations. Not to mention trying to gain useful insights if it's all over the place. That's where ACONEX comes in. ACONEX brings your project together and stores the information securely online, all in one place, balancing the need for data security and collaboration. And all the tools you need are built right in. Find things fast, manage processes and costs, collaborate with everyone on your project, draw valuable insights from your data and see the whole picture, wherever you are. If you need to, you can integrate with other systems. When ACONEX is set up correctly and everyone knows the basics, it helps jobs get done quicker, easier and on budget. So, how does it work? The key to success in ACONEX is capturing all the relevant information, both upfront and throughout your project. We do this with mail and document types. Mail is for correspondence, questions, answers, advice and other processes. And documents are used for drawings and other files that need to go through a series of revisions. Mail and document types help you get set up with the right information. Choosing the type sets up forms to collect the right details at the right time. This little bit of work saves time down the track and unlocks the power of search, workflows, reporting, and just about every other process from start to project end. In ACONEX, your information is securely stored and selectively shared. Accessible on any device, anywhere, your information is your information. To start, organisations can only access data they've created or received, and then each organisation decides what they share with others. No one automatically gets access to everything on the project. Plus, ACONEX keeps a record of everything, so you can always see who's done what, no matter the size of the project or organisations involved. This level playing field creates trust and shared accountability, encouraging everyone to collaborate and be on the same page. And that's just the start. Once you know the basics, ACONEX will be your one-stop shop for document reviews and markups, site inspections, issue and cost management, BIM models and much more. On your ACONEX journey, Support Central will be your guide, covering every facet of ACONEX in detail, through a mix of how-to articles and videos like this one. Welcome to ACONEX. It's great to be working with you.
There's a few things you need to know in order to log into ACONEX using your project location, which we're going to cover in this video. To start off, I want to draw your attention to an email you should have received. It looks like this. This email is very important because it contains your login name and your organization administrator's name. We often call that person the org admin. When you receive this email, you'll be prompted to confirm your user details. This is where you set your ACONEX password for the first time. It's important to note that until you have completed these activation steps, your account won't be visible to any other organizations, which means they won't be able to invite you onto projects. Okay, so now that's all taken care of, let's take a look at how we log into ACONEX. Firstly, go to Support Central and click the login link at the top of the page. Select your project location. This is also referred to as your ACONEX instance. If you're going to be using the same project location every time, go ahead and check Remember My Selection, then click Go. Under the ACONEX logo, you'll see the project location you just selected. Now, remember that email we mentioned earlier. Refer to that now and go ahead and enter your login name and password, then click the Login button. If your project or organization admin has set up two-step verification, you'll be asked to enter your verification code. If this is your first login, you'll be asked to set this up, so follow the steps on screen. If this isn't your first login and you can't access your verification code, you'll need to ask your org admin to reset it for you. Click this link for more help. So, What if you've misplaced your login email, forgotten your login name, or entered the incorrect password? Some things to note. Login names and passwords are case sensitive. So first of all, check your spelling and make sure caps lock is not on. Remember, your login name will not necessarily be your email address. It's a name that's assigned to you at registration by an administrator. You'll find it on that activation email we mentioned earlier, if you have access to it. If you've tried to log in a couple of times without success or have just forgotten your password, it's probably easiest just to reset that password. To do this, click the link underneath the login button. If you remember your login name, use that. If not, try your email address and click Go. In a few moments, you'll get an email from ACONEX with a link to reset your password. Check your spam folder if you don't see it. Follow the link and enter and confirm your new password. But what if you can't remember your login name? Or your reset email never arrived, or the email address used to register you on the project is not the same as your company email address? Here's where things can get a bit tricky. Your account would have been set up by your organization administrator. They are the only people who can resend or reset this information for you. That's why we recommend the first time you log into ACONEX, you click the help link. This opens up a window and displays a list of your organization's administrators. Make a note of these names for future reference. If you still don't know who your org admin is, give us a call and we can tell you. It's a bit of a process, but it's one of the ways we keep your ACONEX account secure. So, to recap, make sure you keep the email with your login information in a safe place and take a note of your org admin's names. If you forget your password and know what your login name is, you can reset your own password from the login screen. If you forget your login name and email address, you'll need to ask your org admin to reset it for you. If you don't know who your org admin is, you'll have to contact ACONEX. For more information on how to log into ACONEX, including how to work with multiple accounts easier, how to set up two-step verification, and how to log in using your company's network, visit the Login Help section of Support Central for detailed step-by-step articles. Once you've logged into ACONEX, the Tasks page is the first thing you'll see. It's your home page within ACONEX. At the top, next to the ACONEX logo, you'll see the name of the project you're currently logged into. If you're on more than one project, you can switch between them via the drop-down list here. You can also see a list of all of your projects in the side menu. Use this to switch between different projects. Keep in mind that even though all your projects are listed here, their information is self-contained and kept separate from one another. So, the more projects you're involved with, the more you'll see in these two menus. Now, let's take a look at the main items in the center of your Tasks page: Process Insights, Mail, and Documents. At the top of the screen, you may see the Process Insights dashboard. This provides a visual snapshot of how key processes are tracking on the project. Because it's a bit more of an administration level feature, we won't cover it here, but it's good to know this dashboard can help identify if there are any issues, bottlenecks, or red flags on some of your key processes on your project. You can collapse this dashboard if it's not of use to you in your particular role. Next is your Mail inbox. It shows a list of all your unread, outstanding, and overdue mails. You can click through them to read their details. If you are a mail approver, you will also see any outstanding mail approvals that need to be actioned here. Finally, incoming documents are listed here, and you'll be able to see any document reviews you've been assigned to that need to be actioned. Again, you can just click through to view any of these items in more detail. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll find the Help button. If you're looking for help on a specific topic, use the search bar here. Underneath this, you'll find a list of your organization admins and our contact information here at ACONEX. There's also a list of handy screen tours available here as well. These will help you get used to the ACONEX interface. Underneath the Help button, you'll see your project's logo. Click it to see a description of the project, important addresses, start and end dates, and so on. Click this button to return to the tasks page. Underneath the project logo, you'll find a list of helpful shortcuts to common tasks in ACONEX, as well as links to Support Central and our release notes. Now let's take a look at the top of the screen. At the top of ACONEX, you'll see what we refer to as modules. You'll see the core ACONEX modules here, like Mail, Documents, Directory, and Reports. And if your organization has activated any additional ACONEX modules such as Tenders, Packages, and Cost, these will appear here as well. So, keep in mind your modules bar may look different to the ones we show here based on what's been activated by your organization. To access any of these, just click the name and a drop-down menu will show shortcuts to the most useful tasks. Or double-click the name to go straight into the module. And that's the basic layout. Next, we'll go into detail on how to perform the most essential tasks in ACONEX. ACONEX Mail works a bit differently to email. In this video, we'll explain how. In ACONEX, every piece of communication is organized and tagged with data that makes it easy to find even after the project is finished. The two main ways we do this is with mail types and forms. Every mail sent on ACONEX must have a mail type. When creating a new mail, a mail type is selected from the available drop-down list. These are set up by the project owner and reflect all of the typical correspondence you'll send on that project. You can't send a mail without selecting one of these. Secondly, when you compose mail, you'll notice these fields at the top of the page. What appears here will change depending on the mail type you've selected. In ACONEX, this is where all the really important information is captured because it's these fields where you categorize and tag every piece of correspondence. They're so important that in some cases, selecting an option in these fields is mandatory. Mail can also be configured to ensure the right people receive the right mail, aligning mail to your project processes. You can also control how users respond to specific mail types. And mail can have restricted fields, capturing sensitive information that only certain people in your organization can see. These advanced settings are usually set up by an administrator. So ACONEX Mail is where you categorize and tag all of the correspondence between the different members of a project and make sure messages get where they need to go. And if you do that right, ACONEX will not only help you find everything you need to, but give you other insights into your project as well. In the next few videos, we'll show you exactly how this is done. So let's get started creating mail in ACONEX. Mail is such an important part of using ACONEX that we're going to break it down and go through the mail forms one element at a time. Let's get started by selecting some mail types and fields. When you log in, you'll be in the Tasks area of ACONEX. Click the Mail module twice to go straight to your inbox, or click once to activate this drop-down list. As you start to use different mail types on your project in ACONEX, the system learns which ones you use most. They'll start to appear here under Create New, so you can go straight into them. In this example, I'll select Blank Mail. And here's our blank mail screen. As we mentioned in the previous video, every mail in ACONEX must have a mail type. Mail types are the way we distinguish the different forms of communication that are part of your day-to-day process. Request for information, extensions of time, design queries, and so forth. This is one of the ways ACONEX organizes your correspondence and enables you to find mail easily when searching. When I click, I see the list of mail types my organization can create on this project. Today we're using an example project, so the mail types you see on my list won't necessarily be the same as the ones for your project. I'll go ahead and select Request for Information. Now you'll notice that these additional fields are activated and have an asterisk next to them. This means I need to fill them out before I can send my mail. I'll fill these out now. Keep in mind that the forms you see will be different than the ones I show here, depending on the mail type you select. Now it might seem like there are a few hoops to jump through just to send a mail, but it's the data that you enter here that enables ACONEX to organize all the correspondence that takes place across a project. It's a little bit of effort now for a great deal of benefit down the track that ensures the correspondence can be tracked and recalled when required. It also allows for accurate reporting. Next, let's look at Response Required. This option's great when you need a response by a certain date. The drop-down displays the various options, and I can select the date from the calendar on the right. This will be a reminder to the recipient and myself that they need to reply to this mail by the date specified. It will appear and remain on the recipient's tasks page until they reply, and if they miss the date, then it will automatically have the outstanding or overdue status applied. As an example, say you send an invoice. You can easily see when people have not responded by the due date you set, and who doesn't like being paid on time. Keep in mind that a good subject line will make it easier for you to remember and find this mail later if you need to. And now I can type into the body of the mail. This area has the text formatting options you'd expect, font, size, and you can also paste information from Word or Excel into the body here. Setting up correspondence in this way drastically reduces back and forth and ensures everyone gets exactly the information they need first time. It's a bit of a different way of working, but over time, you'll definitely see the benefits. Now I want to send mail to some people on my project. If you know they're already on the project, the quickest way to do this is by just typing in a name and hitting enter in the to or CC field. If I've typed the name in full, it'll add that user's name right away. If there are multiple users with the same name, the system will give me a list and I can choose the correct one. If I'm not sure of the spelling, I can just type in the first two letters of a name. The search brings back all the users on this project that have a last name or first name that starts with those letters. And then I can select from the list the system gives me. If you have a common group of people you always send mail to, save time by creating a mailing group for these users. Only people within your organization will see these mailing groups. Once you've created a mailing group, type the group name in the to field and the quick lookup will add the group directly to the mail. Alternatively, you can select recipients and mailing groups from the directory itself. There's a button right here next to the to and CC fields that'll take you there. From the directory, I can narrow down my search by using these fields. Note that mailing groups are listed at the top of the directory. When I find who I'm looking for, I tick the box next to their name and click the to, CC or BCC button here at the top of the list. If you want to send this mail to someone who's not yet working on the project and they already do have an ACONEX account, you can find that user in the global directory. Adding them to this mail will automatically invite them onto that project. Once I've added all the recipients, I just click OK in the top right-hand corner and that brings me back to my mail with all the recipients I selected. Now I can continue filling in the mail fields and hit send. Next, we'll let you have a go at sending a mail in a simulation of ACONEX. Once you know how to create and send mail, the next thing you need to know is how to find it. So let's take a look at mail search. To start, I just double-click on the mail module, which takes me straight to the mail inbox. There are three main areas of the mail search screen: the inbox, sent, and the draft area. To switch between them, just click on these tabs. By default, the inbox search page shows all the mail my organization's received on this project. So it makes sense to narrow this list down, and there's a few ways you can do this. If you only want to see project mail sent to you, click My Mail Only. You can also filter to see only the mail you haven't read by selecting My Unread. You can also use the search box to find mail by keywords. Now that returns quite a few results, and I can filter these using the fields at the top of these columns. Filter by mail number, subject, date, and so on. And for even more filters, I can click the Advanced Search button, and here you'll see some of those mail fields we mentioned earlier, as well as a few other options to help you narrow down your search. Once I've narrowed down the list, I see the mail I'm after. To open it, I'll just click the subject link. If you need to start over, just select Clear All at the top of the column, or up here near the search box. Now you know how to search for mail and filter your results. In ACONEX, every organization has a private document register for the storage of its documents and drawings. Think of your document register as a virtual filing cabinet. In the document register, the most recent version of all documentation will display first, with old copies still held for your reference. This helps you avoid wasted time and effort on outdated revisions. There's no restrictions on file size or data storage, and nothing can be deleted. When uploading a new document, the information you enter in these fields enables you to find your documents later. Searching is fast and efficient so that information can be retrieved in seconds, and saved searches allow you to find things you need frequently, even faster. If you need to upload a new version of a document, locate the old one in the register and select Supersede. When an existing document is updated, it's automatically recorded in the document register and the older version is saved in case you need to refer to it later. You can also upload and supersede multiple documents in the register at once using the bulk supersede tool. Organizations can quickly share information with external parties within the project by issuing transmittals. A document transmittal ensures this updated document is added to the other organization's document register. Sharing information in a transmittal is better than sharing via mail because it prevents duplicates and automatically updates older versions in all document registers. It's important to understand that unless it's marked confidential, you can see everything uploaded by someone in your organization who's working on the same project. When you're working with other organizations on the same project, you can also see documents they have sent you and vice versa. But they have their own document register for the project. They can't see your documents and you can't see theirs. So there's complete transparency at the project level, but organizations maintain separate registers. In the next few videos, we'll show you how to use the ACONEX document register. In this video, we'll show you how to upload documents into your ACONEX document register. We'll go over uploading a document, filling in the compulsory fields on your upload document screen, tagging your documents with attributes. Click on the Documents menu. Under the Actions heading, the first option we have is Upload a new document. Let's click that. At the top of the Upload document screen, you'll see some of these fields are highlighted and have an asterisk next to their titles. This indicates that the field must be filled in before we can complete the upload. The first thing I'll do is select the document I'm going to upload today. I can select the file from my local folder or from my network. Now, let's work from top to bottom, filling in all the compulsory fields. The first line here is for entering your document number. You can find the document numbering guidelines in the supporting documentation for your project. If you can't find this in your document register or the project information section on the tasks page, contact the project owner or organization administrator. Next, I need to fill in the other fields, including the title and revision. When filling in the revision field, it's good to remember that it can be alpha or numeric and is not just limited to one character. You can have multiple characters in the revision field. Now I use the drop-downs to select document type, status, and discipline. Let's take a second to look at the document types list I have. This should show all the types you need for your project, but if you need a type that's not listed here, then ask the project owner. Now I select the current status of the document and the discipline the document's under. Not every project uses fields, but if they do, they'll be labeled and according to the requirements for each project, like they've been done here in my example project. The other fields that don't have the asterisk are optional, but do remember that there are probably guidelines set for how you should number documents on your project, and you need to make sure that you're following them. Plus, the more details you tag with this document, the easier it will be for everyone to find. Alright, so now I'm going to hit the upload button. And I get a warning message. I haven't filled in all the mandatory fields for this document, and it'll highlight the fields that I need to fill out in red. So let's add a date into the revision date field. I hit upload, and the file will be uploaded into ACONEX. This confirmation screen tells me the document has been uploaded successfully. Now remember, other organizations can't see this document until it's transmitted to them, so let's do that now and select Transmit this document. The transmittal screen will be pretty familiar and acts a lot like mail, except in this instance, we're sending the document to another organization's document register. Here we'll add our recipients and indicate the reason for issuing the transmittal, and if a response is required, enter a subject line, and finally, a short message, and we're ready to send. So now let's look at how to find documents in the document register. In this video, we'll cover the search criteria you can apply to find your document, understanding search results. At the top of the document register screen, you'll see these search criteria fields. This will help you find the exact documents you're after. These fields correspond to the fields that were filled out when someone uploaded a document to the register. They've tagged the documents with information or details, and these are what we can use to find the document we're looking for now. Today I'm looking for a civil drawing, so I select Drawing and click the search button on the right-hand side. And you can see the number of results the search has brought back. That lists a lot of documents, so let's narrow that down even further by selecting the discipline associated with the document. As I'm looking for civil drawings, I select Civil from the discipline drop-down and click the search button. Now the list of results shrinks and I can see all the civil drawings in my organization's document register for this project. Let's start a new search. I'll click the Clear All button to clear all the search criteria fields. This time, I'm going to try a different type of search. I'll start by looking for a drawing under the discipline Architectural and hit the search button. Again, I get a lot of documents in my results, so I need to narrow them down. This time, I'll use one of the multi-select fields, which are signified by the double arrows in the right-hand side, and can also be referred to as attributes. If I click on the building zone, I can select multiple values here, like South Tower and North Tower. What I'm searching for now are all the architectural drawings tagged with North Tower and/or South Tower. I click the right-facing arrows to select these search parameters. I get 40 documents that meet those criteria. That's not too bad, as it's just over a page and a half worth of results. Of course, the more fields you select, the more specific your results will be. And that's it. That's how easy it is to find your documents. And this brings us to the end of ACONEX Foundations. In this course, we've covered what ACONEX is and how it works, how to log into ACONEX. We've also shown you the task screen, your ACONEX homepage, how ACONEX Mail works, shown you how to upload and transmit documents, and how to find your mail and documents. And we've included links to more Support Central content here, if you'd like to learn more about any of the things we've discussed in ACONEX Foundations. So what's next? If you'd like to delve even deeper and master ACONEX, our online certification program will provide you with even more skills and information. Our 3 certified courses will build on what you've learned here and also include advanced and administration level courses. All learning content is free. You just pay a small fee to take the assessment. Next, we'll finish up with the final short quiz. Once you've done this, be sure to download your Foundation Certificate of Completion and give us any feedback so that we can improve the course. We wish you all the best on your ACONEX journey.